This part right here is the longest part, so I'm not going to make you watch a bunch of it, but all I'm really doing is just kind of filing down and sanding down the handle to shape before I heat treat the blade. I am now going to heat treat the blade. Heat treating is a process where I heat up the knife to a certain temperature that allows it to be sturdy and hard, but still maintain a flexibility so it doesn't shatter with force, because right now it is very brittle but still hard, but we want it to be flexible as well. This took a very long time, so I'm not going to show you all of it. I'm pretty sure I sat here for about 2 hours trying to get this up to temperature because I didn't build a forge earlier today, so it took many hours. But after you're done, you want to cool it in some vegetable oil, and it looks like this. And I clamped it to this other piece of metal because during tempering, sometimes blades like to curl up or get all bent and stuff, but we don't want that. Tempering is this process right here. It's just basically ensuring that it is still soft and still hard. So we're just gonna stick it in a regular oven at 450 for about an hour. So the knife has been tempered, and it is now the hardness and has the flexibility that we want it to have in order for it not to break during use. So we're going to take it out of the oven now and let it cool off. Here's the knife after tempering. It's all black and gross because of the dried oil and stuff, but we're going to clean that off with some alcohol and some sandpaper. This step we're going to be finishing up the sides of the handles. I had previously done the fronts and the backs, but now we're going to do the side. The masking tape on the blade, in the back of the blade, is to prevent the belt sander to mark up the bevel or the actual blade, so we just put that over to protect it. It's the only reason it's there. This also took a very long time, so I'm not going to show you a bunch of footage of me sitting here at a belt sander moving around very slightly, so it should skip here in a second. Here's the finished up handle. Now we're going to put some stain on it and get rid of that little bump there, and we should be all good. And then we're going to epoxy the handle and the pins together to the knife. So this whole epoxying process was actually kind of ridiculous because this epoxy was really hard to work with. I had to have a friend help me, and I didn't want you to sit here and watch painfully as I try to do this, so I only did one side, and then I skipped to where we had it all clamped up.
Okay, so it's 46 minutes. Yeah.
So now we're just going to leave the epoxy to dry and cure while we go get some pancakes. So here it is, the finished knife. Now all I have to do is give it some sharpeningness on that bad boy. It should be delicious. I left that marking on there because that is the T-O-N in my last name, because this circular saw blade once belonged to my grandfather, but I cut it up because I'm a little boy. And I'm actually making this for my father, like I previously stated, so it's just kind of like a cool thing, just to make it out of an old circular saw blade of his dad's. And then this is just me sharpening up the blade, but after this we're done. Thank you for having the patience to sit through this. I know this was a long process. I probably worked for about 15-ish hours on this. It was spread out through about a week because of work and school and stuff, but here it is.